Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and today I'm joined by
Noah.
Steve. Patrick.
and we just finished playing Paper Tales. It's a bit of a funny cover, but you can just see on top it says Paper Tales. It's a drafting game. You have a kind of mini tableau in front of you, but to start with, everyone's going to get 5 cards. So if I lay them out here, you can see what we've got. There's a cost at the top left. There's obviously currency in the game. So you're choosing one card to start with, which you're going to keep. So maybe for some reason I want to take this farmer. He's going to provide me with some food later, which is quite important. So I keep that one. Then the rest of the cards are passed to the person on the left. They get to pick one, and then I take the 4 cards. Patrick obviously has picked one. I pick another card. So maybe I want this Cave Spirit. This Cave Spirit gives me access to crystals. That's quite good. So you keep going like this until you've drafted 5 cards. So let's imagine, if I take some more cards, that these are the 5 cards I've drafted. You're then going to decide how many of these cards to play into your tableau. And to start with, your tableau is only 4 cards. There's 2 at the front, and then space for 2 at the back here. Now, these are the 2 cards I've had from a previous round. But maybe I want this Forest Child. So I'd start off by putting it face down. And then maybe I want this Adventurer as well. So I put him face down as well. And all the rest of the cards pretty much get discarded onto a discard pile. Then you flip over the cards and you have to pay the cost. You can see at the top left, this one costs 1, this one was free. So I take my coin and I pay it to there. And having put all your units out, you then fight. Now you're going to fight with your immediate neighbours. You can see Patrick's got his tableau there. Noah's got his there. Maybe he was having an extra unit as well. And you look at the strength of the units and the front only. So my knight is quite strong. He has a strength of 4. And the miner has a strength of 2. So my total combat ability, if you like, is 6. The ones on the back row give me nothing. They don't count even though they've got them there. So you're deciding where to put them is quite important. So you then compare, and if you have more strength than your immediate neighbour, you win the war. And for each war that you win, you get points. So maybe I win one of the wars, I'd get 3 points for every war that you win. It's possible some cards can give you extra points for winning the wars. After war, you get income. So there's a kind of fixed 2 coins you get. Although it's again possible to get more coins. The cards kind of can affect the rules in the game. But then you're going to build a building. You can see there's a bunch of buildings I built here, and there's a couple of buildings I never got around to building in this game. But to build the building, you have to pay the cost. So here, I need to have access to 1 food. Now you can see the Forest Child made food. That's great. So in theory, I could build this building. You kind of add it here. Later on, it's possible to upgrade the building. If I had a wood and a food, then I could flip it over, and as well as getting what the building gives me, so this basic ability of the tavern here means that when we earn income, that I'm going to get an extra coin for every food in my kingdom. That's great. If I manage to upgrade it, I also get this bottom right ability, which gives me victory points for food in my kingdom. So you generally want to upgrade them. The more buildings you get, the more expensive it is to build or upgrade the building, so that's quite important. And then the final thing is the aging. You might notice these odd little tokens here. At the end of the round, you put these aging tokens on any that don't have any, and then any that were kind of there from a previous round who are now old die off, so they go away. The cards get discarded, and then you start a new round. So you draw more cards, you do the drafting again, and you're playing over 4 rounds in total. At the end of the game, you're counting up points. There are various ways of kind of getting more points. Every time you upgrade your building, it starts off, this building will be worth 1 at the end, but if you upgrade it, it's then worth 3 at the end. So you want to build and upgrade the buildings. Incidentally, if you upgrade a building, you can then have 3 cards on your front row instead of just the 2, so that's quite handy as well. And there's a bunch of cards that will give you extra points, for example, when you're fighting wars and things. So this one, just to give you an example, this one when you're fighting wars, this has an extra strength for every aging token on it. This Manticore here, you see, is giving you extra strength for every food in your kingdom. But there are some cards, can't see any at the moment, that give you points effectively for having certain things. So there's a wide variety of cards, but as I say, you play over 4 rounds, and at the end, most points wins. What do we think?
It's a good game. I really enjoy it. It's not too long, fairly short, and easy enough to get the hang of. So that was nice. But there still is quite a bit of depth to it. Like you've got to think, what do other people have as well as what you have, and like what I want to play, and how will this work with this, and if I get this card, will I have enough gold to build that building or something? So it's really nice, got a lot of thinking to it, but you don't have to work your brain too hard. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Okay. Steve?
Yeah, it's a nice little quick drafting game, only 4 rounds. Gold's really tight, gold's really harsh, because you're paying gold to get your units out and gold to build more than... Your first building's free, but then every building is progressively more and more gold. So it's really important to get your golding in. For the very last round there, I focused on really hard on making sure I had enough gold so I could build an extra building, and then I thought, oh, I haven't actually got enough resources to do so. Oh, okay, I didn't plan that very well. Yeah, it's nice. There's no way to kind of say, oh, this game I'm going to go down that strategy, because if you don't get the cards in your opening hand that give you the resources needed for that strategy, you just can't do it. There is a slight luck here, and they have balanced it by the fact you can keep one card over from round, and you need to do that. That card needs to be something you're going to build next round. Not just maybe the worst of the 5 cards you've got, but something that next round you think, it's not good for me now, it's good for me next round. So for example, the golem that Jonathan got allowed him to upgrade his buildings for free. That's really good, but not on the first round, so you want to tide that over. If you think you're going to have a lot of money next round, you want to draft something that's good at fighting, or one of the really big expensive units, because then you've got the money to pay for him, but you haven't got the money to pay for him the round you draft him. So being able to tide over the card kind of mitigates that random luck. In the last round, if you just get nothing that's any good, or like all the cheap stuff, and you've got all the money to buy all the expensive stuff, and you haven't kept that over, you can be done in. The buildings are nice. They effectively make you more powerful as you go on, and the art's snazzy.
Okay, Patrick.
Hey, I thought this game was really cool. A bit of fun. The problem is though that you get into the game and you kind of get the hang of it, and you find yourself on the end of the 4th round, and that's the end of it. I would probably prefer if you had a longer option. I'm not sure if that exists, but yeah, once you get into a game, it's good to be able to continue the aggressive nature of victory points and tokens, and they have a legendary status, I think, to this game. So if I was giving it a rating, I'd probably give it about a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, Steve.
7 out of 10.
8.
Yeah, it's quicker than you want it to be, as Patrick says, but that's nice in a way. It means there is some engine building, like as you build more of the buildings, they're giving you more income potentially, or you're getting extra points each round, so you can sort of see that and think, oh yes, I want to build this engine, but it's only 4 rounds and they're really over very quickly, so you can't spend too much time building the engine. You might think, oh, I'll build up my sort of combat for those quick victory points when you're fighting the war, but actually there aren't that many wars, so those quick victory points can add up. You can get quite a lot that way, so going down the war route is very viable, even though it's not an engine in that sense. So there's a nice balance between doing a bit of engine building, not too much. As I say, it's always over too quickly, but it's a great balance. If you want a short drafting game, it does it very well. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Right, thanks for watching. That was Paper Tales.